Okay, so have you ever heard of ice that burns?
Ice that burns, like you
Yeah.
can actually light it on fire.
No way.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
Really?
Methane hydrates. Methane
Methane?
hydrates.
I haven't heard of that.
They're also known as fire ice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're pretty incredible.
So what is this fire ice?
So basically, they're these ice-like structures that trap methane gas inside of them.
Okay, so like ice, but with methane trapped inside.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Yeah.
this isn't just some science fiction concept, right? This stuff actually exists.
Right.
And you can find it in places like permafrost
Huh?
and even deep down on the ocean floor.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, so we're talking about ice,
Yes.
but it burns.
literally burns.
How is that even possible?
So picture this.
Right.
You've got this chunk of ice, looks totally normal.
Yeah.
But then you light it on fire,
Okay.
and you see this like flicker
Wow.
of blue or yellow flame.
You're kidding.
It's crazy, right? It's like this total paradox of fire and ice.
That's so cool.
It really is.
So, like, how much of this methane
Oh.
is trapped in these hydrates?
Like,
Like, give me a sense of the scale here.
scientists think that there could be twice as much organic carbon in methane hydrates
Wow.
than in all the other fossil fuels on Earth combined.
Interesting.
So think about all the oil,
Yeah.
all the coal,
Uh-huh.
all the natural gas we know about.
Wow.
Double it.
That's a lot.
That's the kind of energy potential we're talking about here.
So it's like a massive untapped energy source.
It could be,
Yeah.
but it's a big but.
Okay, what's the catch?
Extracting this methane
Uh-huh.
safely and in a way that's not going to totally mess up the planet,
Yeah. Right?
that's a huge challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, first of all,
Yeah.
you're talking about drilling into permafrost
Oh.
or the ocean floor
Not easy.
to get to these deposits.
Right.
These are some of the harshest environments on Earth.
Uh-huh.
You've got insane pressure,
Right.
unpredictable conditions.
I mean, I can see how that would be a logistical nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then you've got the methane itself,
Okay.
which is way worse for the climate
Yeah.
than carbon dioxide is. So even a tiny leak during extraction
Right.
could have a huge impact on climate change.
It's like we're trying to solve one problem,
Yeah,
but we could create a much bigger one
exactly.
at the same time.
It's a tough situation.
So is there a way to do it safely then?
Well, scientists are working on it.
Okay.
There's a ton of research going on right now
Uh-huh.
to figure out safer ways to extract this methane.
So what are they looking at?
Well, one thing they're exploring is depressurization.
What's that?
It's where you very carefully lower the pressure around the hydrates,
Okay.
and that helps to release the methane
Uh-huh.
in a controlled way.
So it's not just like bursting out.
Right.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
they're also looking at carbon dioxide injection.
What's that?
So basically, you pump CO2 into the hydrates,
Uh-huh.
which pushes out the methane,
Okay.
but it also stores that CO2 underground.
So you're kind of like killing two birds with one stone.
You got it.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, it's a really promising idea.
But I guess it's still early days for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
these are complex technologies. They
Uh.
need a lot more testing before we can really rely on them.
So it sounds like with this fire ice,
Yeah.
we've got this huge potential energy source,
Uh-huh.
but also this huge responsibility to make sure we don't mess things up even more.
Absolutely.
So where do we go from here then?
Well, I think the big question we need to ask ourselves is,
Uh-huh.
can we actually unlock the potential of this fire ice
Yeah.
without causing some kind of environmental catastrophe?
It's like a balancing act,
It really is.
you know, weighing the benefits against the risks.
And it's going to take a lot more research,
Yeah.
careful planning, and responsible action to figure out how to move forward.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive.
It has.
You know, we started with this cool image of ice that burns,
Right.
and now we're talking about the future of energy
Yeah.
and the fate of our planet.
Big questions.
Yeah, big questions.
Definitely.
It really makes you think,
For sure.
if methane hydrates hold this much potential,
Uh-huh.
how do we balance using this resource
Right.
with protecting the planet?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah. So for everyone listening,
Mhm.
I'd really encourage you to keep learning about this.
Yeah,
Explore the latest research.
definitely.
Think about the ethical questions involved.
Absolutely.
And form your own conclusions.
For sure.
This is something that affects all of us,
Uh-huh.
and it's important for everyone to be informed and engaged.
Couldn't agree more.
So keep digging into this topic, folks,
Keep learning.
and let's keep the conversation going.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me. We'll catch you next time.